着任から1年を迎えた節目にテレビ東京の単独インタビューに応じたアメリカのエマニュエル駐日大使。
Well, it's been a great year. I'm hoping, more importantly, that's my view, but I'm hoping that's the view of the Japanese people, which is more important than how I think. But for the relationship, it's been a monumental year when you think about not just on the security front, but on the economic front. For what? Towards what?
日本が防衛力のさらなる強化を決めたことなどを踏まえ、関係が大きく進展したと評価しました。
And on a host of issues, Japan has stepped up in a very significant way to take on that responsibility as a full partner. And that's welcomed by the United States of America. And we have a responsibility not just to Japan's security, but also into being a good partner into the region.
その日本とアメリカの最大の課題が影響力を増す中国の存在です。現在の中国をどう見るのか。
It's one thing to be competitive, which is okay. We're okay with competition. But it's another thing when you undermine the rules in which the game of competition gets played by. In the end of the day, China wants to basically say the United States is on its way out, and this is our area of influence, and America has no role. And the United States is very clear that we're a permanent Pacific presence and power. And nothing irritates China more than the fact that we have allies and friends like Japan.
こうした中、中国の偵察気球がアメリカの領空内に侵入。アメリカ軍が撃ち落とし、新たな火種となっています。米中の対立が深まる中、懸念されるのが現実味を帯びる台湾をめぐっての軍事衝突の可能性です。今月、CIA のバーンズ長官は、習近平国家主席が軍に対し、2027年までに台湾侵攻の準備を整えるよう指示したと発言。さらにアメリカ空軍の高官は2025年に中国と戦うことになると指摘したのです。
このアメリカと中国の軍事衝突っていうのは避けられない。これはアメリカ政府内での感触だということなんでしょうか。
I would not conclude that. I think the idea that it's inevitable is nothing's inevitable. And I think Japan also woke up that after post the Speaker Pelosi's visits, where China then threw 5 missiles into Japan's EEZ, that this is not just a United States, Taiwan, China problem. This is a regional problem that requires a regional solution. There's a lot to be done. What nobody understands, and none of us do, which is where does deterrence end and provocation begin?
例えば台湾有事、台湾に対する攻撃があった場合に米軍と自衛隊が共同で、作戦行動を取るという必要性というのはどういうふうにお考えでしょうか。
Japan is a sovereign nation that's part of an alliance and a treaty ally. It's not my place, nor is it appropriate for me to kind of expound on a hypothetical question. What precipitated the event in Taiwan? You and I both don't know sitting here. How that affects Japan's security, we both don't know based on a hypothetical. And the better part of deterrence is to make sure that the other side that needs to know and appreciate is left guessing.
中国が台湾侵攻に踏み出さないようにするための抑止力をずっと高めておくためにまだこれから先必要なものというのは何でしょう。
Well, first of all, I want to be clear about. I don't want to. Let me say it this way: we shouldn't reduce deterrence down to just a military option. Deterrence involves, if you think of it strategically, it requires in this situation China understanding that the costs outweigh the benefit. The reason We train together militarily, but we also invest together economically. The reason we bring other countries along politically, economically, diplomatically, is that then the cost becomes bigger in the calculation than the benefit. That's what deterrence looks like, and you have to apply it at every different place, at every different point, all the time.
中国への抑止力を高めるために日米でさらなる準備が必要だと強調するエマニュエル大使。その一つが中国への半導体技術などの輸出規制です。アメリカは去年 AI 人工知能やスーパーコンピューターに不可欠な半導体の先端技術や製造装置の中国への輸出規制を導入。日本も歩調を合わせることが重要だと指摘します。
Look, here's a way you have to think about. I mean, Japan plays an incredible role in the semiconductor ecosystem in space. There is, when it comes to materials, packaging, and other type of aspects of the kind of production, Japan's like the leader. And so I would just say that Japan plays a significant role. And the goal is not so, it's basically, it gets back to the earlier question. We are not going to fund China's economic competition with us. The other part is that you're not standing still and you're pushing the boundaries of research and development. And so the Rapidus, while it's very early, is the right type of investment forward. Rather than protecting what you have, it's both. It takes two heads of the same coin. You got to protect what you have, not fund the competition, and then make sure you're making investment on a forward-going basis so you don't stand still.
外交課題が山積する中、5月には G7 サミット、主要7カ国の首脳会議が広島で行われます。議長国である日本に求めるのは。
No, well, first of all, Japan's the host. They set the, but we're in concert and in constant conversation. But the most important is the area of economic coercion is a topic. What are the policies to confront the economic coercion practiced by China? As it comes to the debt trap China does to a Sri Lanka, Pakistan, or in Africa, how to make sure that there's transparency around those rules so countries do not get sucker punched by China. And then third is the idea also of energy stability and security, not only for the countries in the G7, but also to other countries that are in the developing world that do not want to become victims to world events.
公務以外にもサイクリングや登山など日本を積極的に楽しむエマニュエル大使。最近印象に残るある光景に出会ったといいます。
I just saw it the other day when I was driving to Temple University, where I do town halls with kids at college. There were kids just coming out of school at the end of the day. And you won't see this because it's common here. But if you come in as a foreigner, especially from America, it's, to me, one of the most beautiful things I've seen. And you have 5, 6, 7-year-olds, this big. Their backpacks are this big. Just walking, safe, secure, not a worry in the world. And if you come from the United States, and obviously it's not just Chicago, it's other cities, the idea that a child, carefree, can just walk down the street, raise their hand like this to cross the street till the cars see them. It's really one of the most beautiful things in the world. And I hope that Japan, this is maybe the benefit of an outsider, understands and appreciates how beautiful that is, how special that is, and that you never lose which is such a special gift.
最後まで見ていただきましてありがとうございます。
テレビ東京の経済ニュース、経済番組をもっと見たいという方はこちらの画像をクリックしまして動画配信サービステレ東BIZにアクセスしてください。どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。